All right. All right, all right, all right. G'day, Spaz. How you doing? Glad you could join us. This is going to be a disaster, by the way. Have I even fucking downloaded this game? I always do this. I do everything I need to do except you didn't miss the Dear Esther content. It's right here. It's happening. I assume we pronounce this as Esther, right? Because I've been like second guessing how to spell this name. S. It looks like it should be spelled Esther. Okay. I haven't installed it yet. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. All right, here we go. We're installing Dear Esther. Esther? Because it sounds like it should be Esther. I think English makes no sense. Like it's spelled Esther. Esther. But we pronounce it Esther. Okay, fine. All right, so this is a blind playthrough. I have no fucking idea what I'm getting myself into. This has come at a request from a super fan. English makes no fucking sense. Take it from me. I want to make it clear. I don't take requests. I never take requests. Even though this is a stream of me taking a request. This is an anomaly. You should feel special. I wouldn't do this for anybody else. That's for damn fucking sure. All right, here we go. It's downloaded. Actually, it took less time to download a game. Oh yeah, just like and subscribe. That's all. That's all you gotta do. It's quicker than downloading a PUBG update. All right, options. Sound. Always sound is the first fucking place I go. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Okay, that's got to be my that's got to be my joystick, right? Boom, boom. Can I unplug this? Where is he? My joystick is sound is kind of like the game. Yeah. Sound, but I don't want it to be too loud. I just need to unplug my joystick. Joystick always does this to me. Okay, so joystick is out. How did I know? How did I know that would fix the problem? I'm a fucking genius. So what kind of sound levels like? That seems kind of high. Here? Around here? A bit high. That's a bit high. Maybe this is like 1/3. What do you think? Is 1/3 a bit high? We'll need to. I'll hear everything, but like, what do you think about the balance between my voice and the game sounds? Is it like? Can you barely hear what I'm saying? Or it's totally fine? A bit lower, okay. I'll be able to hear stuff, but like, you know what I mean? All right. Controller. Nah, fuck that. Let's just start. Director's commentary? All right, Spaz, you're gonna have to walk me through this. What the fuck does director's commentary mean? I don't want the director's commentary? I don't want the director's commentary. Just get straight into it? Later. Okay, we'll do that later. Let's get into it. Oh, here we go. We're doing Dear Esther. This is exciting.
Dear Esther, I've lost track of how long I've been here and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me.
Is this I hate Steve already?
These rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is
sounds like an AI voice.
Firmly open.
You should keep your eyes open. Game. I love this game. I don't know what that means. What is the inverted commas has got me worried. Oh, like this, we're setting the scene. So far, so good. It's like walking sim seed. It's like the walking sim seed. It's like the walking sim seed. Am I supposed to skip this part? Is there a button I should be pressing? Is this the part of the game? Oh, this is the game. Okay. This is the game. Okay, right. Okay, we're in the game. Okay, we can go. Can we swim? We can. Oh shit! Am I drowning? How do I swim? How do I swim up? Okay, I'm back. Can I swim? I can't run. I can't jump. I can go like that. Alright, I've already died. Not being able to run sucks. What was that? I didn't turn my light on. The light just turns on. Interesting. It's the shitter. I'm not gonna like... Well, I can't interact with stuff. I'm not gonna have to like... Should I just start putting I hate Steve on the board? At the moment, I'm fine. At the moment... Am I gonna have to learn chemistry to figure out this game? At the moment, it seems fine. I like it. It's nice and atmospheric. I don't like the no run button. I want like a run and a jump. Game of cards, anyone? Okay, so there's a pointless shack. Oh my god, it's a bed! This is just like The Lighthouse. Have you seen that movie? The Lighthouse? That fucking seagull? I don't mind exploration games or like just like looking around, but not having... You love The Lighthouse? I think Ed was not 100% on The Lighthouse. I thought it was pretty weird, but I thought it could have gotten weirder. I just love Willem Dafoe. I love Willem Dafoe. He's just amazing in everything he does. I love how he can just like be in... Yeah, the Witch guy, yeah. I like him. I haven't shown my wife The Witch yet, but I will. Did he do Midsummer? Because I kind of liked Midsummer. There's a lot about Midsummer that I liked. Here we've got a fork in the road. Oh, we've got a lighthouse. We've got a fucking lighthouse. Jesus Christ, I didn't even realize. Well, how do you get into the lighthouse? That's not a very practically built... there's no jump. So there's a lighthouse, but no way to get into the lighthouse. Okay. Let's put an I hate Steve for that one. I'm kind of feeling like... Look. No run, no jump, no interact button. Okay, it's fine, fine. That's fine. I don't need that. That's fine. I kind of feel like that fluorescent paint is a clue. So we're gonna store that in our brain bag. So we've got a choice: left or right. Do I need like a coin to flip or something? My instinct is telling me to go left. Why are you so excited? Cause you're gonna... Am I gonna like flip my shit? I'm gonna get so angry with you. I can't get more angry than playing PUBG, right? Okay, okay. Alright, it's very atmospheric. I wish there was a jump here. I would jump right now. Like, not having a jump or run is a killer. Like, is this intentional? Just like to make me go slow? How boring is this stream going to be? It's just... Interactive art? That sounds terrible. Oh.
There was once talk of a wind farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
I mean, you know, my finger's on the button, Stephen. I'm sticking to the oh my god, there's a Fibonacci sequence. There's the Fibonacci. The money for this game is less than one of these beers. All right, Steve. I gotta say, just buy me a beer the next time I see you. All right, Steve. I gotta say, this is a little bit cliched. I can forgive a lot of things. No run, no jump, no interaction, but a Fibonacci sequence. I don't know, Steve. I think we're gonna put one I hate Steve on the board. All right, let's keep going. I should put a I love Steve on the board. Because, you know, to be fair, this is like... It's quite old. How old is it?
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Oh, there's tunnels. There's tunnels, guys. We got no jump button, but we got tunnels, maybe. The car door? I guess it's an axle? 6 years old, nothing they said really come out before it. Okay. So I'm assuming I can't go up that way. Alright. So that's this bottom level done, right? Try jumping? What do you mean, try jumping? What's the jump button? Lol. Do you want to rack up I Hate Steve's? A little. I gave you one for the Fibonacci sequence. The problem with, like, all right, so there's no run, okay? There's no run. Okay, fine. There's no run. But then you make people turn around. You know what I mean? Like, I go all of this way, exploring the... I'm being punished for exploring, essentially. I go all of this way to explore the bottom level first, and now I have to walk like this all the way back to the next junction, past this atrocity. Like, is the game just like a lot of this? Visual storytelling I'm okay with. Walking, I mean, I don't know. I play DayZ, so clearly I'm okay with playing a walking simulator. That is all it is. So you just walking around to different spots to triggering different audio cues? Like that's the game? Because, like, if that's the game, then I haven't been paying attention. I haven't been paying attention to the audio cues. So it's like there was like some bitch called Esther or some shit, and then like some guy. Okay, on a basic level. So I'm going to assume that. Oh, actually, no. These are two different ways. These are two different paths. So I didn't go up that path down there near the lighthouse, but I'm going to assume that they're two different paths. All right, Steve, I'm going to put myself into your hands.
The mount is clearly the focal point of this landscape. It almost appears so well placed as to be artificial. I find myself easily slipping into the delusional state of ascribing purpose, deliberate motive to everything here. Was this island formed during the moment of impact? When we were torn loose from our moorings, and the seatbelts cut motorway lanes into our chests and shoulders, did it first break surface then?
I have control of the counter. At the moment... At the moment, there's one I Hate Steve, and that's for the Fibonacci sequence. At the moment, it's fine. I'm really tempted to put an I Hate Steve for a no run button. That's tough. This is tough. So I assume I can't climb up there, right? The problem is I'm
When
like so
someone
drunk.
died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until
I'm trying to pay
whatever
attention.
pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Infection. So some kind of disease or something? Oh, here we go. We got some like tombstone type things on the left here. And another branch in the path. So what we've got here is we've got like the landscape telling us a story, essentially, right? The landscape is telling us a story. And the landscape is also kind of manifesting narrative paths, right? We can go left or right. So which story do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the left story or the right story, right? And that's sort of physicalized in a way with these two paths. I definitely like he's talking about death here, these two parallel lines carved in the mark, and then the next thing you see is these tombstone like things. And in my mind, right? Yeah. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm still thinking about the lighthouse, right? So right, for me, if I go right, maybe I'll find out a little bit more about the lighthouse, right? This is like some seed that was planted in my mind in the beginning of the level. But if I go left, I might figure out what's going on with these stones. So I'm going to go left to check out the stones, if I can. Oh, I can change my mind. I can change my mind.
Like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Is there a time limit? You know, Lot's wife turned back towards, what was that city? And she turned to a pillar of salt? So are these things supposed to represent pillars of salt? Did those two paths just like merge into one? Was there only ever one path? Wasn't really a choice? Or did the other path go up there? Ooh, we got a cave.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet.
I love you too,
Responsibility had
Steve.
made him old. Like
That's
us,
a win. That's
he'd
a win
already
for
passed
Steve.
beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
All right. Well, okay.
This hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why? Asked the farmers.
There's a
Why?
dick drawing on the
Asked
wall.
Jacobson. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Okay, so this is like some kind of chemical. That's a dick. That's definitely a dick. But like, this looks like a, you know, like a brain thing. What do you call those things? Like a, not an aneurysm, but some kind of brain cell. This looks like chemical stuff. That's a dick. A brain thing, you know what I mean? Like a synapses. It looks like a synapses. This looks like, this looks like a farting vagina. This looks like a schizoid embolism. Yeah. What is that from? That's from Total Recall. Total Recall. This looks like a tree that is pregnant with a bag of blood. Those are my interpretations of the art in this cave. But I'm assuming these are clues, right? Like I'm supposed to like I can make that connection between that drawing and what I saw in the beginning of the level. And I said that glow-in-the-dark paint would be a clue. So that's that fucking seagull again. I keep on holding shift even though there is no fucking run in this game. Alright. So we had a look at the cave. Can we look at this boat? No! 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 Alright, so it's able to be spoiled. It's able to be spoiled, so that's a big spoiler. Alright. So I don't think... Just keep walking. Alright. I don't think I can get to that boat. Maybe over that way somewhere. I just don't hope. I hope that. Oh, did I fuck up somehow? How the fuck do I get up? I'm stuck. You know, if I had a jump button, I'd be okay. I like this. That actually looks nice. See, when you give people nothing, small things become very big. Like, I don't have that much, right? I have no inventory. I have no jump button. I have no run. But I've got a red light there. I've got a lighthouse there. And got a boat there. When you take things away from people, small things just like are amplified, you know what I mean? So I gotta walk along this river, or can I walk on the path? Do I have
He
legs?
still maintains he
No!
wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too.
I'm drunk
I
too,
walked
and
up
tired,
the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached.
Oh, here we go.
It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there.
The bossy?
I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Okay, so we made it to our objective. We found our... I can't interact with anything, of course. But was he basically saying that he landed in that boat and came this way? Keep walking. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, keep walking. What? Keep walking. All right, so the light is this way. So we're going to go towards the light. The red light. This is the bit in the game where like bad guys would jump out from behind the rocks and then you would like hit them for certain amounts of damage. They would drop loot. You would pick it up, and then you would have like a sword that does plus 10 damage or something. What do I think he was saying? Like maybe he's like a unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator. So like maybe he's lying to me. Oh, I'm loading. I unlocked an achievement.
I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
So English. This is so English. Alright, so where did I come from? Did I come from here or there? What do I think he was saying? I have no idea what he was saying. He was driving around the road a bit. Ah! We got a boat. People, we got a boat. We're gonna crack this case wide open. We gotta go to the boat, right? We gotta go to the boat. I bet you... like... Come on. You're giving these two options, right? Go forward or go right. What are you gonna do? Right? What are you going to do in this situation? 100% of the time you're going to go right, right? 100% of the time you're going to go right. So we should go left, right? The game wants me to go right. Which means there must be something good. Left. Oh my god, but right looks so good. Look at right. Ah! Look at all these things at right. Imagine all the things in the container ship. Oh, I should have gone right. Why did I go left? T3 vests. Look how many vests there probably are in that ship container. I think I'm going to give Kev a win for the T3 vest joke.
An imagined answer phone message. The tires are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
What about booze in this game, which I kind of like? Alright, well, so we were going towards the red light. I was trying to second guess the game by going left. But it seems like the game is giving me another option to go right again. Which is actually towards the light. Let's see what the game wants me to do. But the game is giving me the choice to second guess my second guess. Alright, looks like some kind of medical equipment. Whoa. I'll never diss DayZ for being a walking simulator again.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
A hole in the bottom of the boat. Ah. Here we go. Let me into the hole in the bottom of the boat. I have no jump. I have no jump. No run. Let me into the hole in the bottom of the boat. Oh, God. Like, if I just... There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. Yeah, I can see it. It's right over there. If I could fucking jump, I would jump. Ah! Does that work? Alright. Alright. I gotta put... I could have... Having no jump button is I hate Steve. This is... So, they're teasing me with a hole in the boat, right? And there's a hole right there. And I can't... Like, is there a way for me to get there? And like, there's no way for me to get to this boat either. All of these blocks... Oh, there's a... a symbol here. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we're gonna put a pin in this. Definitely gonna remember this. That's for sure. Alright, well, it was a mistake to come here because it was just annoying. I'm gonna be even keel with the I hate Steve counter. And the I love Steve counter as well. Even keel, even keel.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic,
Operation?
your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Do drunk people get kidney stones? Is that like a symptom of being a drunkard? All right, we're getting close to the light.
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial.
The bossy?
I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
Yeah, you do you, buddy. Alright. I'm gonna boo. I'm gonna get a boo! But hi, I want to offer you a promotion of your channel viewers, follows, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Order on, incredibly flexible and convenient. Order management panel, everything is in your hands. Turn it on, off, customize. Go to dodgehype.com. And ban. But thank you for playing. Well, I'm loving this, Stephen, at the moment. This is really just terrific. I mean, look at this. Shack. Why can't I ban this person? Oh my god, this is a disaster. Let's pop out my chat again. Click on this person. Ban. Ah, got him. All right. God, I gotta be my own moderator and everything. So what I didn't say before, Steve, was you've got 3 beers. You've got 3 beers. This is the second one. So we're almost at the summit of this mountain. You're back now. You missed everything. There was so much excitement that happened. We found a rock. There was some leaves next to it. We walked past a log. It's all happening, man. It's all happening. Yeah, I got one in the pipeline that's 50% done.
It was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders.
Migratory Scandinavians.
He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that
I thought the same thing.
He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died
What?
2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
Are they saying he fucked the goats? Yeah. So I'm about halfway through this, the new video. This new video, Steve, you are going to hate the artwork. You're going to hate the artwork. I promise you. You're going to really hate it. I hope you like the video, but you're going to hate the art. But you're right. As I've been writing, that's why it's been taking me a little bit longer than normal, because I've started to realize that all of my essays that I'm writing are interconnected somehow. And that interconnection is something that I'm thinking about. It was like, oh, you're gonna fucking hate this artwork. You're gonna fucking hate this artwork. But I hope that you like the video that I make about it. But yeah, that's what's making me think. I'm starting to think like, oh, what are these connections? These connections, they're all connected. They're all about very, very different things. But they're all connected. It makes sense because they're my essays, right? I'm the point of connection. You're gonna fucking hate it.
3 cormorants seen at dusk. They did not land. This house built of stone, built by a long-dead shepherd. Contents: my camp bed, a stove, a table, chairs, my clothes, my books. The caves that score out the belly of this island, leaving it famished. My limbs and belly famished. This skin, these organs, this failing eyesight. When the battery runs out in my torch, I will descend into the caves and follow only the phosphorescence home.
What? Fucking seagulls, man. Okay. So we found, like, my plan was to go to this red light, right? So we don't want to go down here, right? Like, what happens if I jump off here? ETA? Well, it just depends, you know. I just did a whole bunch of recording today. Like, I was supposed to do it like 2 days ago. I was supposed to do it last weekend, you know, like. I'm jumping. Can I jump? Can I jump? I'm pressing the space bar. It's not working. What's going on? All right. let's... I want to try and get to this red light, if I can. Over there. So... I should just forget all of this shit. Right? I kind of feel like if I was making this game, I would try and get my audience to like go towards things like this, go towards the red light, and like ignore. There's like a cabin down there, right? Put the most interesting thing down there in the cabin, and like all the fucking idiots like me are gonna like go towards the light and miss the good stuff down there. That's how I would design this game, but so far that's not how these people have been designing this game. The way that I've been to that cabin. I've been to that cabin down there. Oh, is that the cabin that I passed when I came up? Okay. Well, you know what I mean. The point. The point remains the same. That enticing cabin down there. Oh my god, I want to go. What is in there? What is in there? What are your secrets? Give me your secrets. Alright, that's another I hate Steve for being a smartass. Go back. I don't think I'm going back. Oh, what's this? This is a clue. This means something. This is gonna let us know about something. There's some information here. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I've been to everywhere here, right? Can I go up? Would you let me go up, please? Would you please? Could I please? Please, could I just go, please? Okay. I want to go over that ridge. Can that be a thing? I guess we're going to the caves, right? I'm gonna contemplate you in a minute. Look, I don't hate this.
Jakobsen's ribcage, they told Donnelly, was deformed. The result of some birth defect, or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him. Unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half light, his skeleton a discarded prop. A false and calcified seabird.
Alright, telling me what I do and do not like is another point that I hate Steve. But maybe we should put a point for I love Steve for showing me this game, because I don't 100% hate this game. This is quite...
They found Jakobsen in early spring.
I mean, it's not really a game, is it?
Only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He It struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animal shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
Well, now I could. Well, I wish I could take back that point, but you know, I know it's the technology's not there. All right, so we're going to the cave.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves. Winter
That sounds
tides
like an
against my
infection, dude.
shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end.
What's done is
Medical
done.
supplies I
We
looted
can't
from
go
the
back
trawler
now.
have suddenly found their purpose.
Don't go
They will
back.
keep me lucid for my final ascent.
All right. We found a big fucking hole. Are you ready? Let's go. I got an achievement. I can't look
Donnelly
around.
did not pass through the caves. From here on in, his guidance, unreliable as it is gone from me. I understand now that it is between the two of us, and whatever correspondence can be drawn from the wet rocks.
Okay. How good is this, Steve? You asked me to play the game, we're playing the game. Look at us, we're doing it. Getting into it. Mushrooms. Environments.
It was as if someone had taken the car and shaken it like a cocktail. The glove compartment had been opened and emptied with the ashtrays and the boot. It made for a crumpled museum, a shattered exhibition.
Look. This paint again. Luminous paints. Premium was. Let's check out this graffiti. There's that symbol again. Dick. Symbol. Some new symbols, a tree. More kind of chemical. Really? It was like it just took that. That's all it took, right? To me, spend like 150 yen to play this game. That's all it took. Alright. Alright. You have to wait for the next free flight. Free flight. Look at this shit. Holy shit. The walls are covered in... Like, that's a brain thing, right? These are some kind of electrics. Yeah, that's an electrical circuit board, right? Some of this is chemical and some of it's electric. Oh, holy shit, I got lost in the caves. Isn't this where I came from? What's down this way? Does it matter where I walk? Is this where I came from? Am I going back? Don't go back. I may or may not have been here before. These candles do seem somewhat familiar, don't they? Shit. Okay, anyway. Let's... I'm still pressing the shift button even though there's no run. Right, it matters with a single T where I run. Even though I walk, sorry. Interesting, they become like a cross. Like I look at them from one direction and they're like a flat plane, then they become a cross, and then another flat plane. Right, so this is back where we were before I got distracted by all of the drawings on the walls, right? So let's go right instead. Why am I going right instead? Wait, what? How the fuck do we get out of here? Just one? Just one? Don't you think that's two? I gotta put two in the column. Look at this. I love this. This is great. Alright, I'm gonna put a win for Steve for giving us this moment. This is cool. Let's jump in. This looks cool, right? I dig this. I like water effects, I think. Look at this. This is good. I like this. This is so cool. What are you thinking about? I'm thinking about like I'm thinking about the difference between like AI generated spaces versus human crafted spaces, right? What do you call that? AI, not AI generated, but like procedural spaces. A lot of the, I feel as though like a lot of the spaces that I've been interacting with are procedurally generated, and then to see, like, to really be, same with Outlast 2 as well. Like all of that was handcrafted, and I really appreciated that. And this is really handcrafted as well, and it makes a big difference, I think. Pros and cons to both, of course, but just to have like a narrative shaped around you is there are some pros to that, right? A big difference, a huge difference, right? Like in this game, we can't like explore the world or like interact with a whole bunch of different people, but like we can have an experience that an individual artist wants us to have.
I am traveling through my own
You know what I
body,
mean?
following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the Ariel shining to me through the rocks.
Okay. Jesus, there are so many different ways we can go. We can go up there as well if we want. Maybe we should go up there. Just basically I mean, I'm doing a lot of mouse work. But yeah, basically just pressing W. Ah! Almost fell off the edge. Lame dickhead! No, like, I think there's a lot to be said for experiences crafted by individuals. Of course there is, right? Like, of course there is. I'm an artist, I'm gonna put you through this story whether you like it or not. There's always going to be a place for that, I think. Can I go up there? No. This is weird. I feel like I'm in like a PS1 tunnel.
When I was coming round from the operation, I remember the light they shone in my eyes to check for pupil contraction. It was like staring up at a moonlit sky from the bottom of a well. summit, but I could not tell if you were one of them.
Am I doing really good at this game? Behold Damascus. Back in? There is a lot of semen in this hallway. There is a lot of ejaculates. I mean, they just had a fucking field day. The splooge is real, man. The splooge is real. When your mum comes into your bedroom with a with a UV light, this is what she finds. Away from being a city? Away from being a city, that makes sense. And it shall be a ruinous heap. Yeah, mum joke in 2022, we're still doing them. Mum jokes are on the menu. You know, if you were left alone as a kid, you would have stalactites forming from the ceiling. Fluorescent spears of cum just like protruding down from the ceiling. You know it. As a kid, like, well, you know. When I say kid, I mean like 14, 15-year-old. Can I drown? As a... Alright. That's a good joke. I'm gonna put it as I love Steve joke. I rate that. Alright. Well, we're going in. Down the chute. You're losing. You're ahead. You're ahead. It's 5-4. You're ahead. Oh. What the fuck is going on now? I'm in some post-apocalyptic swampland. I'm okay with that. Love this. This is great. What happens if I swim all the way up? Oh. Really? What? You've never done... So there's just like multiple paths, multiple things you can do in this game. I feel like I was trying to get into the caves for ages, and I'm just like trying to get out of these fucking caves for ages. Get me out of here. Like, there's nothing down here. I've been in the caves. There's nothing here. My fucking flashlight, dude. Alright. So, we're out of the cave. That was the cave. It was cool. Very atmospheric. But like honestly, like, why am I here? What's going on? Am I supposed to find out a mystery or something? Look at this.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
Keep walking! Keep walking! Alright, so... Okay, keep walking, I get it. But... left looks kind of boring. What about these lights here? I got these candles or something. Don't you think we should? The reason why I stand still is 'cause I'm trying to listen to the narrative. I'm really too drunk to take all... I can't do both. I can't like walk and listen to the story at the same time. Because if I'm not listening to the story, then I'm just like walking around on a rocky island. I don't know what's going on. Like, I listen to the narrative and I don't know what's going on. You don't think I'm too drunk? My whole idea is like not to drink so much. Like that's my whole idea, right? But my typical Friday is at some point I get off work, right? I get off work before my wife, so you know, of course I have like a cheeky beer or two, a cheeky whiskey, whatever. But it's not until my wife gets off work, then it's like, all right, it's Friday nights. TGI motherfucking F, let's get this party started. It's like bottles of wine and bizarre beers and yeah, like I ride that wave. Okay, fine. That's fine. And then I kind of just play possum. This is my typical Friday night. My typical Friday night is just lying like a dead possum. I just lie like a dead possum and just hope that my family falls asleep before I do. And if it happens, if my beautiful family does fall asleep before I do, I wake up and then I start drinking and playing games online at night, right? That's my typical Friday night. So I start drunk. And then I start streaming. I don't intend to start. I don't want to be drunk streaming. But the natural course of Friday usually means that I'm quite intoxicated just because of the natural circumstances of things. All right, I'm going to take a piss and then we're going to talk about these photos. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. All right, Steve is doing a piss as well, but I just wanted to mention that we were in an underwater level and there were some broken cars. There were some crashed cars. I mean, come on, guys. There's got to be some kind of connection between the broken cars in the underwater level and these ones, right?
I returned home with a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed. It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
That's true. All right, which way? Welcome back. We're still all right. We'll have a look at this chemical composition. Almost to where? There's a destination. That thing. Like, what happens when I get there? Does the game end? Is this like a speed run? Is this like the most amazing example of this game ever that you've seen played? There's been a lot of like car parts are a theme, right? Car accidents, car parts. I would like if this this island was like some kind of memory of a car accident, right? Like you're in a coma and you have you know what I mean? Like you have a car accident, you're in a coma, you don't know what's going on, and there's like this island and there's like these car parts scattered around and photographs of a car accident, and so you're like trying to piece that together. Like, you're unconscious, but you're trying to piece back together what actually happened. You know what I mean?
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be summoned into activity.
A light shone from heaven. A light shone from heaven, shone from around. A light shone from heaven, shone round him. Okay. You know, it's nice just not to fall through the floor or to glitch through stuff. To play a game, of course, you know, it's old and the graphics are fine, I think. The graphics are really fine.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
No death by elevator, yes. I mean, you know, of course, a game like this is more constrained, but it's just nice to, like, so many games I've been playing recently have just been bug fests, and to have a game that maybe less ambitious, but you know, there's zero issues. On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. It's a mod? What? What happens if I go into this water? See, that's the reasonable expectation, right? What I did there was I sort of tested the limit a little bit of a game. Went into the water, I kind of blacked out for a bit and came back where I was. That's what should happen all of the time. Are you listening, Star Citizen? Alright, well, we came here and we discovered something about paper boats or something. Like, what just happened then made sense, right? It made sense. A lot of stuff just doesn't make any fucking sense. Watching this YouTuber who plays Souls-like games, and the whole series is fucking hilarious. But he was playing this Fall Guys. This game that was like Fall Guys, but like every time you died, you basically restarted from the beginning. In Fall Guys, if you get hit, you can just like pick yourself up and keep going.
When
But like in this game,
over dead on the road to Damascus, they resuscitated him by hitting him in the chest with stones gathered by the roadside.
why would you do that?
For 21 minutes.
Of course he
Certainly
was.
long enough for the oxygen levels in his brain to have decreased and caused hallucinations and delusions of transcendence. I'm running out of painkillers, and the moon has become almost unbearably bright.
Why would she hit him in rocks? Holy shit, there's a person. There's a fucking person. Or person-like object. This game could be a movie.
In a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together. Come back.
That's good. Alright. We're almost there. I'm gonna say the love is in the lead. Love is in the lead, or love is in the lead? I'm getting enough cryptic messages, Stephen. I'm surrounded by cryptic messages. Look at this.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones.
More! Alright. We're almost there. We're almost there, buddy.
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
See, I would investigate that shack down there if I felt like investigating was worthwhile. But basically all rooms or houses have been the same up until now. Which makes me just like skip. I can see it, it's there, it's calling me, but I kind of just feel like, well, I can skip that, you know what I mean? So that's a game design consideration. Or did they want me to think that? Maybe it's amazing. Maybe the thing in there is amazing.
He was not drunk, Esther.
I don't know.
He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jakobsen back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Why do I feel like the narrator is somehow responsible for the car accident? Is that like the kind of like the main point of contention in this psychosomatic fantasy world? Maybe the narrator is the cause of the car
I've run out
accident.
of places to climb. I will abandon this body and take to the air.
It's talking about death, right?
Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm flying. We're flying. We're flying. What did the symbols mean? Whoa! We're not dead. So I guess I won the game. Is that right? So what I took from that game was there was some bitch called Esther. And there was some kind of car accident or some shit. I may or may not have been alive, or I may or may not have been in a coma. Maybe I was on the island. Maybe the island was a metaphor or a psychological construct in my mind. What was the deal with the phosphorescent paint? What was the deal with the synapses and the chemical compounds and did I enjoy it? I put another I fucking hate Steve on the board. I liked it in principle. I really love this idea that fuck yourself. I really like this idea that you could create this environment that tells a narrative. And, you know, it's obviously the first time to play it. So, like, maybe if I go different paths, a different narrative is told. The narrative that was told wasn't clear, which is a problem. And the decisions I was making wasn't clear. So, what I would like is like a clear kind of like, oh, that was the narrative that I was taking along. But if I go down different paths, I would get a different narrative. You know what I mean? That's what I want to. That's what I want from this game. Like, wow, if I go right instead of left, then I'm gonna get like a whole new story unfolding. The narration was a little bit vague. It was like Esther, the bones of my rocks crashing upon the foam of the eternal midnight of it's like, you know, tell me a narrative. Like there was like these clues, like there was obviously clues about there was some kind of car accident and some kind of trauma, but like I didn't get the narrative. Like I want to I really love this idea that the island is the story. The island is the story, and depending on which way you go, you get not necessarily a different story or a new story, but like you get just like different aspects of the story. Maybe the same story, but it's like different aspects or what I'm trying to say, like not like avenues or narrative sort of kind of alleyways. You get access to these new alleyways into the narrative if you go down one way rather than the other, which makes you want to replay it, right? Like, oh, well, this is a really sort of interesting story. There's a bit of a mystery here. If I play it again and I go a different way, I'm going to get different parts of the story. I think there's ways that you could communicate that a little bit more clearly. Yeah, but yeah. A narrative is a path, though. Like, so I kind of felt like it was alluding to that sort of idea that you could go this, you could physically in the game go this way or that way, and different narratives would be revealed to you. But you know, like, I don't know what happened. That's my main issue. It's like, what happened? What was that all about? Like, I really don't know what happened. Like, some dude ended up on an island. I just finished it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You rock up on an island, then you climb some tower or something. You want one more? You want one more? I gave you an extra one for that comment. Yeah. I certainly don't hate I think that this game alludes to a real possibility. This is a really exciting possibility. Can you imagine, like, the island is a psychological invention inside of your mind, inside of the mind of somebody who is unconscious, and he is trying to remember, in this case, the car accident that he is in. That's what I want to see, right? It plays a little differently during each playthrough. It's interpreted differently. That's what I want. That's what I want to be more clearly, not explained. What's the word? Like, shown. It's revealed. Once I get it, I understand A, the narrative, and B, that if I choose different paths, that the narrative will change. You know what I mean? I don't want, like, a commenter to sort of say, hey, it's different each time you play. I want that to be apparent when I play. No, I didn't notice that. I noticed there was some cuts. So, like, that's interesting too. The idea that this island concept, I think, is really interesting, and the fact that potentially the main character is in a coma, and so the idea that the island is a woman, shaped like a woman, perhaps from a memory, right? Like, he has a memory of a woman. He was lying next to a woman, and now he has formed an entire island around that memory. Like, isn't that an interesting idea? And you're, like, navigating the island, going down different narrative paths and exposing different parts of the narrative. But that is a good game. That's a good, interesting idea for me. What ended up happening was, like, some narrator saying some fucking vague shit. There's like, whoa, the memory of the Tuesday of afternoon was another happening which caused me great anxiety. And it's like, give me a narrative and make me feel as though my choices matter. Make what you're saying in the comments, like, somehow convey that to me through the game. I think that would be a better experience. When was the last time you talked about the game like this after you finished it? I'm less excited about your next video. I mean, like, when was the last time I talked about a game like this? Like, I get the potential. Like, I get the potential. It's like, oh, it's there. They've got something here. This is really good. Yeah, the floweriness is okay, I guess, but like, what you're trying to do is convey what the game is doing. So I just walked around for a bit, and some dude said some bullshit to me. I had some clues, and I was trying to piece it together, but it was just like, okay, well, that's it then. What I would like is like to be a little bit more explicit, like the decisions that I make form the narrative, which would make me then intuitively replay the game. You know what I mean? I know you guys are saying that it's different each time, but the way that played out was just like, oh, okay, well, okay, that's the end then, okay. You know what I mean? I don't mind flowery language, and I don't mind interactive paintings. You know, make it flowery, make it sort of ornate, make it an interactive painting. I want that experience. I want an experience of an interactive painting where I can sort of immerse myself into an environment. And it's like, yeah, you're right. I don't usually talk about games like this after I've played them because they've got something here. I think they've really got something here, and this is it's like a hint of something. I liked it. I liked it, Spaz. I'm going to give you a win. I'm going to give you a win for that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I guess that's it, right? I guess I'm never gonna play this fucking game again. I'm gonna fucking delete it off my hard drive. I'm gonna get it fucking out of here. Gonna get it out of here, buddy. But next stream is you don't need to refund me, just buy me a beer next time I see you. It was great. I liked it. Thank you for introducing me to that game. That was a fun little stream. It's all content. It's all content. So I'm happy to do it. The next stream is probably gonna be the Quake ray traced Quake, which is also another request. Even though I don't do requests, today was an exception. The next stream will also be an exception. When am I on next? I don't know. I'm going to try and get on like tomorrow or the day after. We're going to try and do the Ray Twaist? If Elmer Fudd was the head of NVIDIA, we're going to do a Way Twaist stream. You are the first. You are the first. By a long shot. You're the number one in my heart. Number two after that fucking disastrous stream. It was like 6-15. What happened? But anyway, that was good fun. Thank you so much for that recommendation, Steve. Keep them coming. Anyway, good night.